Hello, Steve here. Great to be here, and thank you for your time in being here. I really do appreciate the fact that you've taken 15 minutes out of your day. You're probably really busy, and you've got things you could or should even be doing, but you've taken time out to hopefully learn something new. And hopefully that's going to help your business. And that's my job. That's what I want to do in the next 15 minutes. I know that's not a long time, but I really want to try to help you and give you some tips and maybe, learn some things or relearn them that you sort of know, but you're not actually been doing. But anyway, it's great to have you here. Just to let you know, we're streaming live. I'm live on LinkedIn. I'm also live on Facebook, and I'm live on YouTube as well. How cool is that? Who'd believe that would be possible? We can, change the world with the technology that we've got right now, can't we? Compared with, I remember when I started 28 years ago, it was a matter of, sending out letters through the post. That's what basically how I started off building my business, and how life has changed, and the world has changed, and the marketing world has changed, and so has LinkedIn. So I'm here today anyway to talk to you about a specific part of LinkedIn. And I must stress it is part of it. It's not the whole ball of wax, but it is a really useful thing that most people sort of do, but don't really. And I think do you know what? That's the biggest problem with people on LinkedIn. It's not really LinkedIn's fault. But the truth of the matter is, it's like, I often say to people, LinkedIn is a little bit like the gym. If you imagine what most people do when they go and join a gym, a health club to get fitter or lose weight or whatever it is, they go there with a goal. They want to get fitter, they want to lose weight, they want to meet people, whatever it is, we've got a goal, we've got a reason for putting ourselves through this. But the truth of the matter is that people, generally speaking, the reason they don't achieve their goal, they don't lose the weight or they don't become fitter, is not the gym's fault. The equipment's fine. It's not their fault. It's really just comes down to a lack of use. If you don't use it, you lose it. That's definitely the case with a muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it. And if you think about, going to the gym, the people who do actually go to the gym probably go there once, twice a week, maybe. Some people go there once or twice a month, and some people join the gym and haven't been for 6 months and still carry on paying the money. I don't get that, but I know gym owners that, I know, tell me that a good percentage of their clients are members but never go, never turn up, ever. Well, I say ever, I mean only occasionally. So anyway, let's assume you're not like that. You're going to take this serious. You're going to do stuff, and that's going to help you with your business. So let me talk to you about groups. You probably know this already, but I'll just reiterate it just in case. So just like Facebook and other social media sites, there are groups on LinkedIn, and you get the opportunity to join. I think it's currently 100 groups. There are something like, last time I looked, there were 1.8 million groups, and there are groups of all sorts of sizes, shapes, objectives, and so on. So there are, social groups. There are golf lovers groups. I'm a member for my sins of the Sheffield Wednesday Football Club group, although these days we've just got promoted, so quite proud of that. But anyway, so they're like social groups. There are regional groups. There's like the, London Business Group and so on. There are specific industry groups. There might be the IT directors group, of which there is actually, the UK accountancy group, and so on, and so on and so forth. And so literally, there are groups of people who've got together to join. Now, there are two types of groups. There are open groups and closed groups. So I could have a closed group, which is just for my clients. You can't get in unless you're a client of mine. And I can set that up. It's by invite only. and the rest of the world can't see stuff in there. Or I can have an open group and I can use it from a recruitment point of view. I want to get people into my group, win new business from them, educate them, advise them, help them, and so on and so forth. So, there are many reasons to use groups. Once you're a member of a group, you can do a variety of different things. Now, let me just talk to you about the 100 groups to start with. If you're in 100 groups and you're going to market to all those groups on a daily basis, you just got a bit of a problem there, as you can probably see. Unless you've got a team of people that are doing your social media for you, posting 2-3 times a day in 100 groups, is probably a bit of a challenge, let's say. Now, sure, yeah, there's automation where you can automate it, and perhaps you can do that. But for me anyway, I'd say my advice would be, probably no more than, I don't know, let's say 20. I'm probably in about 30-40 groups, and to be honest, I'm probably in too many of them. I really ought to go in and slim it down to find my top 20 groups that I've won the most business from, and really focus on those groups. And it might be for you, if you are struggling with time and you don't have anybody to help you, that you knuckle that down to like 3 or 4 groups, literally. Just so, it's better to do a good job on 3 or 4 groups than it is to do a rubbish job on 100 groups. You get where I'm coming from, I'm sure. So, think about that. Now, once you're in a group, some groups, as I've said, are open and you can just apply and that's it. Other groups are open, but you need to be approved. So it will tell you, it'll say, thanks for applying, somebody will be in touch soon. And, a few days later or a few minutes later, somebody will confirm that you're okay to join that group, and then you're in and off and running. So once you're in there, there's a couple of things to think about. Firstly, posting. I've already mentioned, you should be posting 2 or 3 times a day. And, that's my belief. That's my strong belief, by the way. And you should be doing that on right throughout your social media, by the way, and certainly on LinkedIn, on your homepage and on your company page. And a lot of people say, well, that's just too much. No, it's not. Most of the people, most of the time, are not going to see your post. I've got I think it's something like 9,700 contacts on LinkedIn. And when I post something, it gets seen by probably a couple of hundred, 200, 300, 400 people. So most of those 9,700 are not seeing my post because they're not on LinkedIn today. And some of them don't go on LinkedIn more than once a fortnight, a little bit like joining the gym. So, we need to make sure that you post on a regular basis on those groups. If you're in a group that's got 1 million members, let's say, because some of them massive groups, how many of them are going to see your post? Do you think it's going to be 1 million people? No, it's going to be 1% of them, perhaps 2%. But that's still a lot of people, isn't it? And so it's still worthwhile. So, posting on there, really good thing. Second one would be going and looking at the contacts. Let me just show you this in reality so you understand what this looks like. Just bear with me a second where I go into here and click that there. Okay. Just click off Gemma there. Okay, so I've selected one group here. This is a group that I'm in. I do quite a bit of work in the Abu Dhabi, Dubai, and UAE area, particularly Dubai. I've been over there many times. Worked for I had a not quite a full-time client, but a client that we did all their marketing for them for about 3 or 4 years. Great client over there, and loved working for them. Went over and visited on several occasions. However, and by the way, that was won via LinkedIn. how difficult is it to go and win international business? I'm talking to a Chamber of Commerce over in the Far East at the moment about going over there and running some training for them. All business or leads that I secured on LinkedIn. So, you know, this really does work if you use it. So you got a couple of choices. One, you can start here. You can start and add a post in the group. So I can go in there, I can click that, I can upload a photo, a video, a document. I can share that we're hiring, we're looking to, you know, move to Dubai or whatever it happened to be here. So I can do that, just like these people have done here, you can see. Now the next one is here, and in here we go to show all. Let me just, I'm slightly nervous because I had a bit of a problem with this the other day. When you go to show, it doesn't show for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing, and then I'm going to come back to sharing again, because for some bizarre reason, Streamyard, which is the system that I use, didn't let me change pages while I was in there. I had to come out and then come in again, which is very unusual, but there we go. Perhaps somebody could message me and let me know whether it did change pages. So here you can see I've got access now to 138,630 members. So, you know, there's a lot of people who I've got access to. And my belief here is, whilst, you know, it's almost impossible to be messaging all those people, my advice to you would be to go and have a look at these people. This lady here is a student, so she's probably not going to be my target market. So is that one. This one's a public librarian even, not really my market. So I'm just looking through IT consultant. He might be somebody that I want to message. So I can go in here, I can click here, and I can send him a message. So that might be a good thing to do. Again, we've got another student, HR specialist. So this lady here, she might be a good contact for me. So I can again go in here, click that, and you know, send her a nice message. She's not a contact of mine, so I could even go and find, have a look at her profile and decide whether she's worth someone who's worth connecting for me. And if so, I could ask her to do just that, to connect. So that's it. They're the main things that you need to do in order to win business on LinkedIn. Certainly as far as groups are concerned. Now, a couple of things just to summarize. You need to be posting 2 or 3 times a day because you want to get known. Okay. The other thing is be wary of going, oh, I want to find the biggest group so I can get my message out to the most people. If you join a group that's got like a million people in it, you've got a million people trying to get attention, right? That's a bit of a challenge. So sometimes it's better to join a small group of 1,000 people or 500 people even, because, you know, 1,000 people, that's potentially 1,000 leads. Or let's say it's only 300 leads. 300 out of that 1,000 people could potentially be a prospect of yours. Let's not say they're a lead, because that implies that they're actually said they're interested, but they're certainly suspects at least. Let's say that. So they, you know, it's like the librarian lady and the student. They weren't people I would target. But within there were other people that might be good targets for me, and I might be able to win some business from. So, you know, think about that in terms of what groups you join, because that's a really important one. Just to clarify where I am with groups, as I said, I'm in about 40 or 50, which is probably too many, but I'm in a few big groups with, like, you know, that 130,000. I'm in one group that has got 1 million. but I'm in lots of smaller groups as well, with 500, with 100 even, with 1,000 people and so on. And by the way, just in case you're thinking of starting your own group, which is a good thing to do, by the way, but the difficulty with that is getting started. You know, it's like if you come to me and say, do you want to join my group, Steve? And I go and have a look, and you've got like 2 members. I'm gonna, no, 2 members, it's not worth it. So you've got to get like from 0 to 100 members literally as quickly as you can. Really try and get them in, and then use your group to grow from there. That would be, you know, my best advice, really. So that's it. If you want to know more, if you want to find out more about LinkedIn, you know, I've been doing LinkedIn training now, feels like forever. I've done hundreds of courses. I've taught it all over the world, including Dubai and so on and so forth. I've also developed an online program, and it's part of something I call Mastery School. You can gain access to Mastery School right now for 1 month for free, which would include the LinkedIn training, and loads of other training, by the way. You can get it for free for a month, and then after that it's £25 plus VAT per month. Now, I say that, you know, I don't ask for your credit card. It's not one of those things where, oh, if I forget, just drop me an email, tell me you'd like to join, I'll sign you up. After a month, I'll excuse me, I'll send you an email saying, do you want to carry on being a member? If you say yeah, I'll send you an invoice. If you say no, I'll remove you, and that'll be fine. So either way is really cool by me, but it'd be great, you know, just to give it a try. Honestly, the value is just pretty much a no-brainer, to be honest. You've got training in LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, SEO, sales, email marketing, how to win business from referral, and so on and so forth. And that's only going to increase over time. It is really new, and I will tell you, it's not quite finished yet, but I'm giving people access so that they can go in and let me know what they think, try and get some feedback for me in order to help people even more than I do right now. So if you want to know more about that, drop me an email and I'll get you signed up. Thanks ever so much for listening. Don't forget, I'm on here every day, Monday to Friday. If you want to attend any of my sessions, they're all free. Please feel free to share it with as many people as I can. My mission, my aim, as it said on the slides at the beginning, is to help small businesses. I think it's really tough to run your own business, and I want to try and help. So the more people I can help, the better. So please feel free to tell as many people as you can about these events that I'm running. I call them Mastery Lives. So yeah, thanks very much.